Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the JR Products cup holder, which is adjustable, and you can also fold it up like that. And this is going to be available in several different colors. So you have tan, like we're showing off here today. There's a white one, a black one, and a gray one as well. So you have a few different color options to choose from to match your application the best. When it comes to these cup holders, you know, they're really popular on boats, motorhomes, campers, things along those lines. But what's nice about them is as long as you can secure it to a surface, you can pretty much put these things anywhere. So you can really get creative on where you can mount them up and what you can do with them. Honestly, on moving vehicles like a boat or a camper, RV, you know, they take abuse out in the sun and everything, and these are almost a maintenance item, honestly. After a few years, they tend to kind of get loose and get sun faded, damaged, things along those lines. And so this will be a great option for a replacement or even an upgrade. This particular cup holder is actually one that I purchased and putting it on my own personal boat here to replace this one. So this original one, it still worked. It just started to get worn out like we talked about, and over time, you know, it hit waves and stuff, and it would want to kind of open up on itself. It just got super annoying. And so I figured, well, we'll try this one out. And immediately, as soon as I got this one on here, the first thing I noticed is how much thicker all the plastic is. So I don't know if we can pick that up, but this one, it's all super thin. And this one is very thick, and that holds true. It runs up through the whole entirety of the cup holder. Everything just seems like it's beefed up a little bit more. So, you know, for how I use it or plan on using it, that should come in handy. One thing I did notice, so the clamps here for the arms, you know, they're adjustable to accommodate different size drinks, but they work a little bit different than the majority of them I've seen. So these swing open and close like this, whereas opposed to a lot of the other ones, like my old one, those kind of open up that way. I like this better. It's a little bit easier to work with. This is super notchy, but one thing I did notice, if you have kind of tumblers that are bigger, shaped differently, they'll fit in there good, but these just don't. And maybe it's this particular cup, these just don't grab it as tight as I would like it to. You know, in some cases, like on a camper, let's say if you're not moving, who cares, right? But this, I want it to be solid. But I'm not a huge tumbler person. I usually have cans, and with the cans, this thing grabs it super tight. It's locked in, not gonna go anywhere. So just something I noticed and I thought was worth mentioning. In terms of correcting my original problem, I think this one should do the trick. Everything kind of snaps in and holds tight. Granted, it's brand new, so time will tell once we get some time on the water with it, but for now, seems like definitely an improvement, and I feel like should hold up for a little while. Yesterday, we actually did, we looked at this one as well. We carry this one. It's an Optronics. This one's only available in black, and seems like it's well made. Not as thick of plastic and stuff as this one here. But one thing I do like is the parts that kind of keep everything closed. This one's really tight. There's some metal pieces in there that are kind of spring loaded, so those should never wear out, I wouldn't think, as opposed to this one, which is kind of plastic. But what made me choose this one is not only the color, but like I talked about, this ratcheting adjustable part. I think this one holds cans better. This one tumblers better, and like I said, I'm not going to be really using it for tumblers, so that's kind of what made me lean towards this one a little bit more. We'll just grab a few measurements now to make sure that this is going to work with what you're trying to put it on. So the actual front piece could be a little bit wider than the back mounting point, so the cover, I guess you could call it, in terms of the width, be about 4 inches. And this way, it's going to be right about 4 inches. Pretty standard. The back of it, so this part's going to get, you know, mount it up to the surface there. That's going to be about 3 inches and 7/8. That way it'll about hold the same. For this way too, about 3 3/4 of an inch. And then these mounting points, a lot of these cup holders are pretty universal, but sometimes they're a little bit different. And so to figure that out, I'll just go from center to center, and that will be about 2 and, what would that be? 2 5/8 of an inch roughly. And then this way, looking at about 1 3/4 inches. So, you know, chances are pretty good this will be a direct replacement to an existing one, or, you know, it gives you a lot of different mounting options in terms of getting this fixed to your vehicle. And as a bonus too, this one is going to come with some mounting hardware. Not a huge deal for some people, but if you don't have any, it can kind of be a pain sometimes to dig through your stuff or go to the store and buy these separately. So if you need them, you got them. But aside from that, you know, that's really all there is to it. What kind of made me lean towards this one was how I talked about it, gripping the can better, at least in my opinion, and having that choice of color options, you know, so you can really pick out the one that matches best and give you the cleanest appearance. But I think that'll about do it for our look at of the JR Products adjustable cup holder.